I lost a very dear friend who passed recently. One of three women in the last year that passed from basically the same thing, endometrial and or ovarian cancer. And they're not the only ones that have passed this year with that. So it makes you wonder about what we're carrying as the feminine and how we can alleviate and bring forward the divine feminine. But that's not why I'm here. And what I noticed in myself is that each of these friends I got closer to. I opened my heart up. I shared with them on a regular basis of what was going on in my life, or the new things that I learned, or the downloads, or what did the evolve say, or any of that. And I don't have that in other areas of my life. So it was very grounding and rewarding. But I also know that the more that I let each one of them in, the harder it was to let go. And when this last friend passed, I broke down in a much bigger way, actually in public, which I didn't care. I just didn't care. And my choice would be, do I close back up? Do I say, nope, I don't want to get close to anyone? It's not worth it. It's not worth the pain. It's not worth going through that. I'll just keep them all at a distance. I'll share with them some things, but I'm never going to let them in. And the answer to that, on the spiritual level as well as any other level, is no. I can't do that. I have to open up more. I have to surrender to love. I have to surrender to being open and vulnerable and real with those that love me, to allow it in, because it's difficult. If you've been wounded as a child or any other time, it's hard to let somebody love you. I'm much better with, I want to love you, but not so much with you loving me. So I would ask you, how do you deal with loved ones that have passed? Whether you believe that they're still here in spirit, or that they're in a better place, they're out of their pain and suffering, or God has them, or they're in heaven, whatever that belief system is, how do you deal with the vacancy of that loss? Do you keep your heart open? Do you process? Do you talk about them? I work with people that from years ago, maybe not now, but they grew up where maybe their parent died, but they weren't even told. They weren't even brought to the wedding the funeral, because it was going to be too painful for them. So they never had that closure. They never had that understanding, no matter what that age is. And we have to take a look at that, not only in our society, but are you carrying anything about the pain level of something you didn't process when somebody passed? And do you keep your heart open? Or have you closed it already? Think about it. Put yourself in that position of reflecting on where you are with all of this, and feel and love yourself enough to feel.